See, every time I hit record, you just get loud as all get out.
Yeah, and your video fucks up a little bit. It happens every time. It's gonna do one more little jip right there, and now it's good.
How did you notice that? I never really guess. I guess I never really put that timing together.
Fucks up twice. Fucks up once when.
Go ahead.
You just got your second one. Yeah, I got my second one before you.
All right. Well, you think our customers notice that, or like
now? In the video, it's slightly noticeable, but it's not like bad. To the customers who are listening, it's been brought to my attention that I have been not paying good enough attention to you guys because I keep showing stupid pictures on my computer, and I want to apologize. I'm going to get better at that. Being on YouTube has been exciting, and I just keep wanting to throw dumb pictures up, but I realize that's not translating to everyone listening. So to those of you who are listening and sticking with just listening, thank you, and I'm sorry.
Heck yeah, and it's crazy because our listens have definitely gone up, and we have a combined total of all of our videos of over 100 count now.
Before you push that beautiful song, on that note, I told somebody that I just met. I finally met a couple of cool dudes here, and I was like, they're like, so what do you do, man? And I was like, oh, I do a podcast. And they're like, oh, no shit, man, we love podcasts. And I was like, oh, you should check it out. And then I left and realized that I had just linked them to the YouTube. So they looked it up and were like, all right, this dude has 20 subscribers and they get like 6 views on their video. So anyway, dudes, if you're watching this, yeah, we have more listeners, I guess.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, Joel's on the coffee today.
I mean, I didn't see it.
Okay, welcome to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Doug. I'm Joel.
And this is episode 80.
Come on, Doug. You can do this. There you go.
89, dude. We are creeping up that ladder, dude. A centurium is right around the corner.
What the fuck is a centurium?
I don't know why I said that. Dude, you want to know something? Two things happened to me at work yesterday. First and foremost, it's weird that you said that you talked to people about our podcast. These two guys came in for lunch, and I walked up and I was talking to them. They're like, oh, our credit cards don't work very well because we're not from the country, we're from Canada. And I'm like, oh, I can help you out. And then I'm like, you know something weird, man? I'm like, I have a podcast. I got a podcast, and I'm like, and almost like majority of our listeners seem to be from Canada. He's like, why? I'm like, I have no idea. Anyways, they're like, oh, they start saying all kinds of slang and like who they're from. Are they like Toronto way? I'm like, I have no idea. And he's like, oh, well, I'm like, what are y'all talking about? It's like, oh, nothing really. I'm like, just anything. And he's like, yeah, we like listening to a bunch of stuff like that. So they like subscribed right in front of me. I was like, cool. Two, I was at work.
Welcome to them, by the way, if you're here.
Yeah, I hope you're listening, guys. Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, anyway, Hosiers.
Hosiers?
No, it's not a Canadian thing, right? Like syrup.
No, Hosiers is a state thing.
Is it? Yeah, it probably fucking is.
Hosiers are like from Iowa. Iowa?
Oh, no. Yeah, that Gene Hackman movie. Yeah, that's like they're in the States. Yeah, my bad.
Hoosiers. That's Hoosiers.
You're right, dude. That is too total. Dude,
no,
okay.
I'm like, Hosiers.
I'm 32 years of age. It just realized that movie is not Hosers. It is a Canadian thing. You fucking Hosers. And Hoosiers is not the same thing. And I just realized that today, right at this exact moment in time. I always thought that Gene Hackman movie. I thought people were saying, "Oh, you're like Gene Hackman." You fucking Gene Hackman. Eh? But it's not. The Hoosiers were a basketball team.
Gene Hackman, eh?
Hosers. It's an insult.
Isn't it crazy that Gene Hackman was like on top of the world, Academy Award winner, like the best Lex Luthor that I can pay my money for, and then what took him out of the fucking game? Mooseport.
Man, yo, Mooseport. That's so crazy that you know that, because that's something that I would consider part of my reservoir of useless information, that was the last Gene Hackman movie. It's really sad because it's also like, it's not like Ray Romano suffered too much from it. And dude, truthfully, Gene Hackman didn't suffer from it. He just probably looked at it and was like, it's just not worth it anymore.
It was a personal choice, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Like, I just
it's not like he
don't
got
do
chewed out.
Yeah, and then but I always think about that. I'm like, Mooseport featuring Gene Hackman in his
last role.
His last role, Gene Hackman and Ray Romano.
Dude, I know this is gonna get a little blowback, but when Sean Connery died out, I was bummed out. He's a fucking absolute legend. But I was mostly bummed out that he went out on League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. God damn it, dude. That movie is fucking terrible. And I know it's got some really dumb apologists out there who are trying to say it's a cult classic now. Incorrect. That movie sucks.
Well, add this one to the list because I've never seen that either. But I do know Data from Star Trek's in there, right? He's the Invisible Man.
Dude, it's been so long. Maybe. You know that's also the doctor or the scientist from Independence Day, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw Independence.
Wait, you say you don't know if that was him in there, but you knew exactly what I was talking about?
No, I know exactly who you're talking about, but I can't remember if he's in that movie. I've seen that movie once in theaters 20 years ago.
Oh, because I said Data from Star Trek. I'm like, he's in it. He's the Invisible Man.
Interesting. Yeah, that movie's not good. And Van Helsing, also not good. And people are trying to say that's a good movie now. And no, it's not.
I've only seen the beginning of that when he was like fighting Dr. Jekyll.
It's not good. And all the Underworld movies, not good. Basically, every action movie that had to do with supernatural shit that came out in the early 2000s is fucking terrible. And you all need to check yourselves. That shit sucks.
Damn, Joel. So is Van Helsing and Underworld, they're same universe?
Not just same exact era. I just remember thinking they couldn't get any of that shit right. You know what I mean? Like every time they put out one of them fucking vampire werewolf movies, it was always garbage, dude. Even the Wolfman remake with Anthony Hopkins and Benicio del Toro, total fucking stinker, dude.
Total stinker. Oh man, don't go see the werewolf movie. It's a total stinker.
It's for Gene Hackman people, eh? I was speaking of, dude, I'm just loving the movie talk right now. It gets me going, gets my blood going.
You said like anybody mocking like us as Texans, I guess, or like, oh yeah, living down in the great state of Texas. You think they do that, or like we butcher anybody else's accent?
Yeah, dude. I mean, you're asking me is Texan a stereotype? I mean, yeah, one of the biggest ones. But speaking of movies that suck that people try to say are good now, there's a movie that I have always loved that everyone has always says has sucked, and they're not like changing their minds on it now. But I just found out yesterday that Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 big thumbs up on their show in '97 when it came out. They were the only 2 people who gave it good reviews, basically, and that's Speed 2: Cruise Control. And I just want to say,
what?
If it's been a long time since you've seen Speed 2, it goes really slow, and it doesn't have Keanu Reeves, and it's got essentially the same exact plot, but it's on a cruise ship. But Willem Dafoe gives the greatest performance in history for a villain. It is fucking insane. It's so worth it. He's got leeches. He's in a bathtub full of leeches, and he's got fucking big googly eyes, and he's got bombs. He's got bombs and golf clubs. Dude, that shit is so good. The only thing they took from Speed 1 that works is the crazy villain. Dennis Hopper, one of the greatest villains ever in Speed. Willem Dafoe, kind of just as good in Speed 2.
Dude, doesn't Dennis Hopper get his head knocked off?
Yeah, duh. That's how it ends.
Yeah. It's a good way to go, like for a villain, but what a shitty way to go, like as a person.
No way, dude. You wouldn't even know. He has his back to it. It's because Keanu is standing in front of him, and he's facing him. And the bar's coming, and they've both been ducking on him. And Keanu says, the fucked up thing is that Keanu has a one-liner right there, and it doesn't make any sense. I'm going to look it up in a second. But whatever he says, it doesn't work as a joke, and it doesn't make sense to what happens to Dennis Hopper. But Dennis Hopper loses his head getting hit from behind. So he doesn't even see it coming. It's a perfect way to go.
Huh. Cool.
I've been thinking about that, like ways to go, because there's this video going around of a hitman in like Brazil or something executing some dude in front of a restaurant, like in the middle of the day, the dude's just reading a newspaper. Kind of a chill way to go, man. He's just reading a newspaper dead. I mean, it sucks. It's terrible, but like if you're gonna get murdered, I suppose that would be the most comfortable way to get murdered.
Yeah, sure. So Skype is telling me right now to let everyone know they're being recorded.
Yeah, it tells you that every time.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm like, what? I'm like, hey, Joel, you're being recorded.
Because some states are not at will states, so you have to tell people. Yeah. Gotcha.
Well, yeah, good way to go, I guess. Getting your head knocked off by a pole while you're on the top of a subway, not a bus.
The thing with Dennis Hopper's character in Speed is he had a point. He just went about it.
No, I've never seen it.
You've never seen Speed,
dude. The list keeps growing, dude. The things.
Hold on, I find that incredibly hard to believe that you've never seen Speed. Everyone has seen Speed. My dog has seen Speed.
I've never seen Speed. I know it has Keanu Reeves.
Doug, I hope you're fucking with me right now.
I'm not fucking with you.
All right, people out there listening, have you seen Speed? Am I wrong to assume everyone has seen Speed? No, you motherfucker. You knew how he died. You've seen Speed. I'm not falling for this. I'm not falling for this trash.
No, I saw it a long time ago, though. I mean, it's been, I should probably rewatch it, Joel. Aren't you the one that has like 5,000 copies of it or something?
No.
What? No. How many copies do you have of it?
I have one. Hold on. Let me show it to you.
I think, or maybe there's a story of somebody that owns like all the Speed VHSs or something. It's something wild like that. Like even figured out the ones that aren't accounted for or destroyed. Something weird. Or Joel, I know all this stuff because of Joel. So when he gets back, here he is with the Speed video.
All right, so I only have one copy of Speed, but I made this.
What? Why'd you do that?
I don't know, because I had a bunch of boxes at work about a year ago, and I made a whole series of these. I have 10 of them. I did Beethoven and Con Air, Speed, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Starship Troopers. That shirt I have of Whoopi Goldberg is the crow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what started these. I made. They're actual videos. They're analog Photoshop. I cut and taped all of it. It's analog Photoshop, baby, and it's the wave of the future. And
I know you say analog Photoshop because you don't know how to use Photoshop.
No, because I use my hands. And I will sell you this for 10 nano.
So whoever is
for real, if you're listening and you want to buy my Home Alone tape that I just showed. So what I just showed was a copy of Speed. I already fucking forgot about that shit. It was a copy of a VHS of Speed, and I had taken a copy of a VHS of Home Alone and cut out the faces of Kevin and the two burglars and put them on the cover of Speed. And you can buy it from it.
Not the sticky bandits, the wet bandits.
Correct.
So hold on. So you don't have a huge collection of Speed videos.
No, there's a dude who's trying to find all the Speed videos so he can put them in a bus and blow it up.
Okay, and you said that they're all accounted for, even the ones that aren't in existence anymore?
No, I said there's no fucking way you could account for him and that it's a stupid dream, but I applaud the shit out of him for trying. That was also like 7 years ago that was going viral.
I applaud this man for collecting every Speed VHS possible to put in a bus and blow up.
I have 180 copies of Twister.
How many?
Twister. I have 180 copies. On tape, and I have a Blu-ray and a DVD and a bunch of posters. But because I jokingly posted on Instagram like 5 years ago, I want to build a life-size tornado out of Twister tapes, and then
a tornado comes and wipes it all up.
But also, how do you build a life-size tornado? That's like 1,000 feet high or some shit. Anyway, so I said that.
Necessarily true.
I said that. Then I was like, you know what? I want to actually build the poster, that tornado from the poster, out of Twister tapes and take one picture of it. So I posted asking if anybody would send me some tapes, and people have not stopped sending me tapes for 5 years. I'll just go to the mailbox. It probably won't happen here because no one has my new address, but I would just go to the mailbox and there would just be Twister tapes in there.
Well, dude, you should get a P.O. box going again. Yeah. Seriously, a P.O. box. Do you know what a P.O. box is?
Yep.
So people don't have to know where you live.
Right. No, I just mean I haven't given anyone, even like business is really my address.
And you should really vamp that back up, dude. I think that's a great idea.
I think it's a terrible idea.
No. I think it's a good idea. And I, my friend, am going to help you with your cause. We are going to get you as many Twister VHSs as possible. We're going to support you in your journey to build a Twister out of Twister VHSs. And I suggest that you do this in Tornado. I guess technically you're in Tornado Alley.
I am. We
got to find a nice field to put it in.
Maybe not.
And we can camp out during tornado season, or you can. And just
you can too.
And keep those fingers crossed that a good old F5 will come and sweep you up. And I'll even step it up. If we do this and we get enough to do it, I will go up there and I will dress up like Helen Kellen. Hunt?
Yeah, Helen Kellen. What the fuck?
Helen Hunt, and you can be my Bill Paxton, and we can tie ourselves together to a water pipe.
Yep.
And see instead of all the little balls that the trackers.
Yeah, Dorothy.
It could be all of your VHS tapes.
Yeah, I'm in. I mean,
you can dress like Helen. I'll be Bill Paxton. That's what I meant to say. Ooh, what do you have in there, Joel?
The same fucking thing that you've already commented on twice. If I was to dress up like Helen Hunt, I'd just look like you right now. She wears a fucking wife beater through that entire movie.
Why do you keep on calling this a fucking wife beater? It's a tank top.
Are you proud of those things sticking out of it?
My arms?
Yeah.
I mean, they're my arms, so I'm grateful to have them.
Rip that shit.
This is my third Jack Burton tank top.
Doug is showing his shirt right now. It's a Jack Burton, Big Trouble in Little China. Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble.
Big Trouble in Little China. I can't fucking talk China.
Big Trouble in Little China? Or child?
Man, I have the fucking giggles today, dude. So bad. I was cruising around earlier and my phone was ringing. And I was going, pick up because I was hands free and I couldn't remember what you're supposed to say. I was going, pick up, and it wouldn't. I was going, answer, and it just, nothing was happening. I was laughing so hard, just cruising by myself, fucking laughing. Oh shit.
Big Trouble and Little Child. What the fuck? It sounds like a one-star child psychiatrist going to the parents, like opening the door and the little kid walking out of the office, and he's like looks at the parents and goes, Big Trouble and Little Child.
I said China.
I know. Big Trouble and Little China.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you a question.
You're about to say, hey, I gotta go.
All right. Shit. Hold on.
Ooh. So you want to hear are you going to ask me something or you want me to tell you my number 2?
What's your number 2? Number 2, what? What were we even talking about?
Canadians.
Oh, yeah. Wow, we're going all the way back to that?
Yeah, well, it has nothing to do with Canadians. Okay, but this dude,
all right, number 2.
This dude came into work. He's by himself, and he comes to sit down, and we give him this spiel about how everything is no contact. They have to order through QR code and stuff. He's like, "Oh yeah, great." He goes, "Well, I'm gonna go. Hey, do you mind if you go? I'm gonna go ahead and show you my ID now because I'm gonna order some drinks." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." And he pulls it out, and it was a Georgia ID, so I didn't. I was looking for the date. And he's like, and he rattles his date off, and it said, right when he said it, I saw the date at the same time, but he was saying it to me, and I go, and it said 1999, the year he was born. I go, oh, 1999. I go, no, I got the giggles. I go, oh, happy birthday.
What?
I was dead serious. I go, oh, happy birthday.
Why?
He goes, huh? And I'm like, and I go, I don't know why I said that. He goes, oh, it's okay. My birthday was 6 months ago. I go, oh, well then happy birthday. He goes, thank you. Just like walked off. He goes, that's it.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
If I don't see you in your next one, happy birthday.
99, man, that's fucking crazy. Hey, I want to order some drinks. I was born in the year of our Lord, 1999. It's still a pretty hard pill to swallow, but an even harder one to swallow is, hey, I'd like to buy a drink at your establishment. I was born in the year of our Lord, 2000. And they can.
That's fucking crazy. I was a freshman in high school 21 years ago.
What a terrible whistle.
Yeah, 21 years ago. I don't have a good whistle either.
Oh, damn. That's good. Damn. That's enough, Doug.
Silence.
What day is it?
Next time, it's Friday. Next time you go into a crowded room, whenever that happens again, which apparently is going to be sooner than later, walk in that room, not for you. Maybe not for us, but let's walk in and go, silence! See what happens.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm probably never going to talk out loud in a building again.
I'm probably never going to go into a building again, except for this one.
I'm probably never going to leave this room. Or this
Dude, honestly, I like it here.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
The friggin' state workers are going to be coming knocking on your door and be like, hey, we got to get you out of here. Like, we got to get you evaluated. There's something going on. I'll be like, I like it here.
I'm fine. Good with this.
You have like bed sores and your freaking fingers are all full of fucking gangrene. You're like, I'm fine. I'm good. Nothing wrong with me.
Do you ever watch like any of those shows like Help, I'm a Hoarder or like I'm Addicted to Weed or like any of those shows and you just think, man, so like
through the power of the internet, I've seen clips for sure.
You just think, man, this is Doug to a T.
Yeah, no, I think, Joel, if I think of anybody during those fucking weird ass shows, it is you, dude.
I used to watch Hoarders to feel better about the things that I bought because I would just be like, oh, well, I'm not even close to that. And then I realized, even if I am a hoarder, I still like the things I have.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. No, I'm just kidding. My house is clean. I don't have a lot of shit in my.
Dude, remember when our customers used to send us questions back in the day?
Oh, yeah, totally. I remember that.
And they would ask you about your teeth and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I remember the wooden teeth. What a journey it's been.
Dude, oh, shit. Well, the reason that you have wooden teeth is because you were brushing your old teeth with steel wool.
Right. Correct. Well, what had happened was I had gotten the disease of the upper lip. And so they were like, son, you have the disease of the upper lip. We're going to have to take out 11 to 34 of your teeth. And what they did, they replaced them with teeth that needed to be, you have to treat them sort of like rust. They're rusted when you get them. So you have to take steel wool and break off the rust. So I rhino lined like basically my entire top.
I don't know, for some reason when you said rusted, made me think of Rusted Root. Remember that band?
Hell yeah. They're on the Twister soundtrack.
And no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Rusted Root is on the Twister soundtrack?
Yes, sir.
Why?
I'm going to tell you what song they sing. It's called, it's Living in a Land with Virtual Reality. Living in a Land with Virtual Reality.
We talk about them all the time. We got to get them on here eventually. My other best friend, my cousin / used to be roommate Joe.
Uh-huh.
Dude, he went through a fucking, and don't get me wrong, they had some hits that like were real catchy, especially when you're all fucked up and in a fucking forest. Rusted Root, he went through a fucking Rusted Root phase, dude. And
it's not a phase, Mom. I just love fucking Rusted Root.
I remember, I'm like, dude, this band was on Matilda.
What song do they have in Matilda?
Tell me away. Woo! that one.
Okay, so check this out. This is a good segue into another little bullshit we could talk about.
In a fucking badass movie, don't even get me started. All right.
No, okay, so Matilda fucking slaps. But so last night we were watching Name That Tune. It's a revival of that old game show, and you listen to a bit of a song, then you try to name that tune. Super easy. It's a TV show, correct? And it got me thinking of so many bands.
This seems like a pretty desperate attempt for a TV show, don't you think?
I mean, it was one of the most famous and popular game shows of all time. It's a revival.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, you fucking asshole. No, I'm just kidding. I love it, but it's a reboot of an old show for like a very classic game show. So I think it's more of that like nostalgia thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Sure.
It just got me thinking of how many fucking amazing songs came out and hit the top of the charts in the 90s from bands that never put anything else out again, like one-hit wonders or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's just so fucking many of them that really impacted the charts. Like,
Rusted Root, are one-hit wonders still a thing?
Well, so I don't know. That's sort of what got me thinking about all this last night. I think that might be the last time we had one-hit wonders, because hits are not defined in the same way anymore. And you can find, dude, I found a rapper the other day who I thought was pretty good. I can't remember his name now, but I thought he was pretty good. So I went to his Spotify, and he had fucking millions and millions of streams, but I had never heard of him, and he's not like popular. You know what I mean? Like in any sense, he's not like a celebrity by any stretch, and his music doesn't play on the radio, but quantifiably, he's got as many listens as like, a rapper that's on the charts, the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
So I can't fucking remember. It was just some dude who I fell down a rabbit hole through a video and ended up on his Spotify, and I was very like confused by his amount of plays. So
you just told us all that to tell us you don't remember who it is?
I said that at the fucking beginning.
I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. I was too busy trying to get...
Doug has this flesh. What band is this? Doug has put a band behind him.
Rusted Root.
Man, I have to be honest. I think that song and Twister, and I guess the Matilda song, are probably the only two Rusted Root songs I've ever heard.
Well, that one song, dude, they have to be banking. I mean, I've never received royalties, so I don't know exactly how they work, but that fucking song was on everything, from commercials to movies to anything. So they'd have to have some fucking cash in their pockets, don't you think?
The Matilda song?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I suppose so. But okay. Yeah, they got money. Yeah. I think that more than likely they're probably not. Even if I don't know, because you get like what 10 cents for each Spotify play. I don't know. And if you're on a soundtrack, or for each 1,000. It's something terrible.
For each 1,000?
Yeah, it's something terrible like that. If it's probably even worse than that.
Okay, so I'm looking it up. Send Me Away has been featured in at least 7 movies, most notably to Matilda and Ice Age.
Age, wow.
Yeah, Enterprise Rent-A-Car used it in a commercial. It showed up on an NBC sitcom Chuck. It has become standard selection for wedding dances and prom themes.
Huh. Okay, so yeah, they're making bank off that for sure. I was thinking of like the New Radicals, the
Marilyn Manson.
Exactly.
Love it, Marilyn Manson.
That song was
your asses.
That song was massive, bro.
Yeah, it was huge. If you listen to that song now, it is pretty damn good. But I mean, it might be.
I fuck with New Radicals, dude. I think I have that record somewhere.
Hanson seems like those seems like the kind of guys that are like real cool and stuff like that. You got a bad rap, not a bad rap, but got picked on because like they're pop songs. But for some reason, you never knew it. But they train like freaking karate and taekwondo and have like crazy ass like bar brawls. I don't know.
So I'm gonna say something that's gonna make me sound real fucking lame right now, but I'm gonna say it because it's for these dudes. I feel like it should finally be said by somebody. Sure.
What you could say right now that could top anything else that you've ever said. But go ahead.
Like 5 years ago, I was trying to find Mbop on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there was some other music video, and it said at the time, like 3 weeks ago. And I was like, wait, excuse me? 3 weeks ago? You motherfuckers still out here making music? So I clicked on it. And
are you going to say who it is this fucking time? Or are you going to say you don't know who it is?
Hanson.
Oh, God damn it. I'm sorry. I keep on droning out. I'm trying to find stuff.
But like 5 years ago, I was searching Mbop, and a video from Hanson came up that said 3 weeks ago at the time, and I was like, "Holy shit, 3 weeks ago? What the fuck?" So I clicked on it, and it was new music from Hanson, and it was not something I would listen to like in my car. But they are incredibly talented and have fucking amazing voices and harmonize together amazingly.
I am not doubting that whatsoever, but there are some things that you have admitted to me. Not that I feel like you admit it to me because it's like less one-on-one, and like the way you say it, like was had like a lot of like I don't care who knows it. I'm not gonna say, but like you've told me some stuff. I'm like, huh? Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
It's like you came out to me one time. You're like, Doug, I love show tunes. It's like I don't care. I love them.
That's true.
I know it's true, but the way you told me was like, I don't give a fuck who knows it.
Yeah, because you're not like it's like dudes are just like
okay,
I can't say you listen to show tunes.
I don't care listen to show tunes.
Well, the world is stuck in a 1990s mentality. Wow, that's a beautiful poster. Saving that. Never seen that before. Hey, I've never seen this before, and I know that the customers who are listening aren't going to be able to see it, but I want you to see it real quick.
Sure.
So I'm gonna send it to your chat.
It's our chat.
Okay. You could suck our nuts then. Look at this poster. I've never seen this shit before. It's kind of dope.
Do you hear that? Oh, that's freaking tight.
Yeah, it's sick. It's pretty cool. Oh, fuck.
Joel just sent me a picture of what did you send? A Twister poster?
Motherfucker, are you on drugs?
I don't know. I've told you.
That's like the fourth time. Oh, my bad. Doug worked 18 hours yesterday, by the way, so I'm going to be a little bit more lenient with him.
No, I told you. So we have, believe it or not, we do try our best to have some show notes and talk to each other before this happens. And I said 2 notes today. 1, worked a pretty long day yesterday, so I'm kind of out of it. No big deal. That's it. And 2, I'm like, Joel, we got to pay more attention to our listeners. That instead of all the ones that aren't watching our Instagram. Wait, what is it?
Nobody's watching our fucking Instagram.
God. Is there something fucking wrong with me?
Doug, do you smell toast?
No.
You're good, bro. Okay. Anyway.
Every time I go to get like a COVID test, they always think about they have to check me in the hospital for my blood pressure.
Because you're outrageous. No,
like I have like white coat syndrome apparently, and so every time I go to a doctor, I have fucking freak out. Even when I was a kid, so they have to like let me calm down and stuff. I have to like do like freaking like deep breathing and stuff like that. It's pretty weird.
What did you call it?
White coat syndrome.
What is that? What is that?
It's when you have like it's when you go to a doctor or something, like you get extreme anxiety or such panic.
Hey, I got that shit.
Yeah, no, I mean everybody does. I don't see why anybody wouldn't.
No, but you know what though? Actually, fuck me for saying that. You probably have it way worse than me, and if you have it bad enough for they're actually like, yo, you have this thing, then you've got it worse than me, and I shouldn't say that it's nothing. It probably is something. It is something if you have it.
Yeah, one time they took my blood pressure and they like walked out and then they came back in and was like, all right, we have to talk to you about your blood pressure. I'm like, nah, you just have to let me calm down a bit. And they took it again. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's like it's like a fight or flight kind of thing.
Sure. I don't like.
And I like taking it. I'm like, what do you mean my blood pressure is bad? I'm like, go. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm fucking freaking out.
Yeah, that's bad.
I mean, because like, dude, I mean, they should be like, hey, let's go outside and sit under a beautiful tree before I give you this fucking terrible news, if there is any. You know what I mean? That's what I feel.
No way, because then the whole time you're walking to that tree, you're like, man, fuck this tree. Just tell me. Just tell me.
They turn around and like, oh, I wanted to tell you, you're like fucking 30 yards.
Yeah, fuck this tree.
you're like behind him. He just like ran off.
Yeah, there's no way to make it comfortable if you know that you're only being made comfortable so that you can hear something extremely uncomfortable. That'd be like if you were about to get executed, but they put you in a lazy boy. like
everybody's watching you get walked out to a tree.
Yeah, everybody fucking knows. Oh, they're taking Doug to the tree. Something bad's happening. Doug's at the tree again.
I have no
That's
idea.
fucked up. That's a terrible idea.
I'm like, yeah, it's a beautiful day.
Usually I gotta let your ideas like I got to give them to you because I didn't see it, but I believe you. But that is a terrible idea. The tree is a terrible idea.
Oh, shit.
We broke that idea in less than a minute. That is a not
that can keep going. There's so many funny things that could happen in that scenario.
Man. Just imagine all the ways that you could be confused, too. So, because then you'll just associate anybody by any sort of greenery at a hospital with something bad's happening, and you like walk up and your dad's just walking around a bush, and you're like, my dad's fucking dying. But really, he's just in the park. He's just by a bush.
No, like you're just like you're out there, and they're like, here you go, have this. And you're like just eating ice cream. You're like, thanks. Eating ice cream. It's a beautiful day. They have like a little cute little boombox playing some Hanson, Bob and stuff. Like, this is fucking awesome. And like, so yeah, about your testicles.
Oh, shit. How do you like the mint chocolate chip? Yeah. So anyway, you have cancer. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back in now. Just take however much time you need under the tree. I'm sure
that you don't have to go back in and talk to the receptionist. You can just go. We'll just email you from here.
Yeah. Just take off. You not have insurance? All right. Hang out at the tree. Let me crack my back. Okay. Anyway, so some bands that I liked that
you don't have no spine.
Boy. So
you got no spine.
Holla at me for a second. Let me tell you about some of these bands I was thinking of that had some hits that you don't hear too much from anymore. That I just assumed were going to be like massive. What happened to Norah Jones?
I don't know.
What the fuck? She was like. When I was in high school, she was like very famous, lots of hits, like everybody's mom getting into Norah Jones. Now no Norah Jones. What? Okay, so Doug just put some up on the screen. It looks like a woman with a flesh fork in her nose with a couple of prongs.
I have no idea what that is.
It's not violent. It looks like it's some sort of like medical device.
It looks practical.
Yeah. So anyway, Norah Jones. What happened to her? Garbage. 2 great albums. And I'm sure they have more records after that, but 2 great records.
I mean, I know you're the ones that always says the controversial stuff, whatever, but I'm going to go out there on a limb that I think is a good one to go out on. Norah Jones, who gives a shit?
No, it's fine. I wasn't into it. But
terrible.
I wasn't into it.
I'm not saying she's not talented. I'm not saying she doesn't have a sultry voice, but all those songs were lame. Felt pretty good to say that.
Yeah. No. I don't disagree with you. I also didn't like the Bird Girl, Nelly Furtado. Nelly Furtado. I nothing against her, just didn't do it for me at the Bird song. Man, I keep losing that pop filter. How does that happen? Do you keep seeing that?
No.
Okay. So anyway, guys.
That's not a pop filter, by the way.
So Smashing Pumpkins are recording a 33 song sequel to Melancholy.
Okay.
And I just wish they wouldn't. From a true fan, I just wish they wouldn't.
I thought you said you already heard stuff from it.
So I thought the double album they just put out was that, because I had heard that and read that in a couple reviews, but I think people had it confused with the news he was making one.
But Smashing Pumpkins is Billy Corgan, right?
At this point, it seems that way. Even though they're all back, it just seems like.
But was that the thing? The legend or the story about Smashing Pumpkins, and one of the main reasons they broke up is because Billy Corgan got all the credit, and even when they get to the studios, they're like, "Hey, Billy, you just play the drums and you just play the guitar and stuff because they can't do what we really want them to do." Isn't that like a part of it or something like that?
Well, sure, yeah, but I think like when they came back together to do that 20th anniversary reunion, which was like 12 years ago now, and
the one that you went to the concert that you left because it was so long.
No, this is at the Gibson in LA. So 2008. This was the first reunion they did, like for the 20th anniversary. That was good, but then they didn't make good new music after that. Really, their music was pretty middling, and then they dipped out for a little while, and then came back for this 30th anniversary and dropped this like whatever fucking insanely long record this past year, and then a couple years ago dropped a regular length one that was whatever. But it's just not. I don't know. Watching them play the old shit, fantastic. Loved it. That we watched so much of it, I had to leave because I couldn't take it anymore. But
especially when you get older,
this isn't like dude, like sequels aren't even good to movies usually when you wait too long. What the fuck is a sequel to a record anyway?
A sequel?
Nobody.
I guess if is Melancholy technically a concept album? Excuse me.
I don't know. I guess. I don't know what the. I don't know. But is it to him? Everything these days is a concept. Apparently, there's a graphic novel for the last record, and it's just like, dude, I can't keep up with it anymore. As someone who's deeply into them, I can't keep up with it anymore. I just wish that he would chill the fuck out. He said he has an 86 song record he wants to put out this year, which is a third Machina record. And it's like, dude, the Machina records were okay, but now you're making sequels to those too. Like,
I mean, like the graphic novel concept. That's not necessarily.
That's not like a new idea. It's it's always annoyed me, dude. I was super into Coheed and Cambria. I could not tell you a single thing about the lore. You know what I mean? There are fans out there who have devoured every single piece of fucking lore and listened to each song, and then they're like, "Oh, this is about this guy in this universe who's fighting this person in the book," and it's just like, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I just never have. And dude, more power to it. My Chemical Romance did it too, and it's like, for sure, but like, it's not for me. And I'm not the kind of person who listens to a record and goes, man, I got to go read the comic book that this ties into.
What?
Hell yeah,
bro! I fucking talking about Smashing Pumpkins or Coheed and Cambria.
All of them. I'm just saying, and I like all those bands, and I'm not saying that doing that was dumb, but I've never been like, man, this song was good. How does it tie in with this fucking comic book?
Gotcha. So apparently there's no gas in Austin.
What do you mean?
You heard about this?
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like apparently, I noticed earlier when I went to the my convenience store, the one over by my place that we always go to.
Uh-huh.
All their gas is out, and this one dude is like, "Y'all don't have any gas?" And he's like, "Nope." And like he was racing to another place to get gas.
What the fuck?
Yeah, let's look it up. Sorry. What are you writing down?
I'm giving Caroline my Chipotle order.
Did you eat Freebirds earlier today?
No, I said I had Freebirds when we first moved here.
Oh, I had Freebirds earlier.
Holy shit, Doug. Are you okay? No,
I'm fine. I remember I said that to you. I had Freebirds earlier. I thought you said you had it too. Is Austin out of gas? Would it be gas? Fuel at the gas stations? This is from 2000. I mean, this is from 17th of February, so this has nothing to do with it. That's weird. No, but I did notice that there was no gas at this one spot. I mean, that could be the thing. I don't know.
Okay, wait. So who just told you that, though?
I noticed on my own. And then I just got a text from somebody saying, "Hey, is there no gas? Y'all having trouble finding gas in Austin? I can't find any." I'm like, interesting.
Oh yeah, it hasn't hit the web yet, but I bet it's happening. Actually, you know what? Let me just hit the subreddit for Austin and see, because since I had hyped up using your city subreddit, let me see if they're saying anything about it on there. Say something, buddy.
I'm just like looking at you. I'm like, oh God. Well, I mean, I don't know. That'd be freaking crazy. Why wouldn't we? Why would we be the ones that don't get gas? Would that be a sign of what's happening for everybody else? I don't know.
So I've gone back 5 hours now and don't see anyone asking anything about gas.
Weird.
And there's a shit ton of posts already for today.
Yeah, I could be absolutely wrong. But I did notice that mine, they didn't have any, and I've heard it just a few times now. So whatever.
Well, interesting. It'll be something to watch, because it could just be that it's fucking.
Could be like it's everybody gets to be in the same part of town I'm in too. So when the freeze happened, I had to go all the way back to your old place to get gas.
To my Circle K.
Yeah, and then
I missed them, dude. I fucking went. So the day
sure, they could not. They probably didn't even realize that you even existed when you were in that building.
Nope, that's not true, dude. I went there every single day for 8 years. Listen, for 8 years, every single day, I went there at least once, sometimes twice. There were days when I went 5 times, and there was one lady. She was the fucking best, man. And she fucking worked there for the first 3 years I lived there. And then she went to the gas station further away from me, but closer to where I worked. So I started going to see her after I'd get off work there. And she was like, oh my God, dude, hey. And then she came back to my gas station and the last 2 years was there. And dude, we were always chopping it up. I loved her. I love all those people. I went and saw them before I left, and because they knew I was moving, I went and saw them before I left and fucking said our goodbyes and shit. Yeah, dude. No, they knew me and I knew them. They were great people.
Said your goodbyes. That's nice. I mean, I get it, man. I mean, if there's a sense of community, yeah, it's tough to see somebody go, you know?
Yeah, everybody wept, dude. And then everybody in the gas station clapped, and then they gave me everything for free. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But I did go see them.
You've been eating stale Pringles for the past 3 weeks now for survival from what they gave you. Because you had to eat all those damn hot dogs and the bombs. Remember the bomb burritos?
Dude, so Rochester lived on the bomb, dude, for a while.
The bomb. It's so crazy how that became a part of a youth, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, dude, survived on the bomb.
The bomb, and then when me and Mercado were living together in Victoria for a little while, I remember the 7-Eleven had I think it was the 7-Eleven, or no, the Circle K had the 2 for $1 hot dogs. And we killed, bro. And burritos, them little burritos in the paper, them little burritos, those little burritos in the paper sleeves.
Oh yeah,
the red and white paper sleeves. Woo!
Oh yeah, those are dope too. Or then you figured out that especially when the people behind the counter couldn't give two shits, and so essentially all the fucking chili and cheese dispenser, you get as much as you can.
Oh
put
yeah,
on. Dude, yeah. Just freaking like loading up chips, just for survival, dude. Just I gotta eat as much as possible because I don't know if I'm gonna have $3 to buy this again tomorrow, dude. Being a kid is crazy, especially when you're all just trying, because you would have $30, and of course it's like 25 of this needs to go to booze, duh, and pot. I
didn't drink back then, and I smoked with just my friends for free. So all my money went to cigarettes and DVDs.
Oh yeah, so it's like, well, you got your cigarettes, DVDs. You can't just buy food,
right? No, fuck no. You would literally, I would start with the shit I was gonna blow my money on, and then go, all right, how many hot and spicy McChickens can I afford for the rest of the week? How many hot and spicies can I afford for the rest of the week? Because back then they were straight up just $1.07. So it was like pretty easy to figure that out. But you know what the game changer was well, not game changer because it had existed forever, but that hot and ready for $5 at Little Caesars was absolute fucking, like, when you realize that you could just, if you could get a ride to Little Caesars, you could scoop a fucking hot and ready for $5, and if somebody chipped in $3, you could get another one and crazy bread.
Oh, dude, man.
But for $8,
yeah,
I'll never forget this. Me and Mercado had no food and no money for like 3 or 4 days, and we were trying so hard to figure out how to scrounge something together because we were starving. And this girl came over and brought us 2 liters of Pepsi and 2 hot and readies, and we had like 8 other people at the crib, and we hid everything in his room under his under his sheets on his bed. And all day long we were sneaking in, and we would lift the sheets off and eat a fucking pizza real quick and go back out there.
It's like, why's your breath smell like fucking pizza?
Everybody's fucking hungry as shit. But you know what though? It was our pizza.
Dude, it was under the mattress.
No, under the sheets.
I know. I have to imagine he's like slamming it. Just fucked up pizza and just like pulling out from under the bed.
Oh, it was
awesome.
Those were the days, man. No, they weren't, but they were great. They were awesome, but man, I couldn't live the struggle now.
Hell no, man. I mean,
I love food.
It's yeah, me too. It's a different struggle now, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like I don't keep very much food in my place because like it's just me. You know what I mean? Sure. And I've come to the conclusion to shop at a gas station, like shop at a grocery store. For a single person, it's like, yeah, it may in a sense be affordable, but how many fucking ham and cheese sandwiches can I eat? Not only before I get burnt out or before everything starts spoiling, you know what I mean? So it's for sure.
So, our ham just went bad, but it would have blown my mind at that time in Victoria to tell me, oh, like whatever, 17 years later, you'll just willy-nilly order Chipotle like that. Like I just ordered like a pretty fucking big order from Chipotle, and it's not even crossing my mind that like it's not going to affect me. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Because a $5 fucking pizza used to have to last me a week. Because because I just had to buy Die Hard on DVD. So
Yeah.
whatever.
I watched some weird ass thing on YouTube about how $5 footlongs apparently ended up being like
a huge burden on
like a huge
on the
kick in the
chains.
nuts of Subway.
Let's talk about Subway for a second. So they're no longer allowed to call the tuna fish. It's just tuna sandwich. They can't call it tuna fish because it's not actually tuna meat.
I didn't know that.
They can't call their bread
because there's plastic in it.
It's just because it's not bread in any sense of the word. It's not even the dough base, as far as I know, because we watched someone make it, and I believe they didn't do any of the steps you do to make bread.
Really?
Yeah. Also,
Subway loaf.
The meatballs are just atrocious. That's not a fact. That's just an opinion. But
Dude.
the meatballs are atrocious. And when they put them on their not bread, it just becomes this soggy, over marinated disaster. I don't like
over marinated.
All right. Geez, the OG sandwiches were.
I've been fucking all over the damn place.
The OG sandwiches were good. Okay, like your club and your BLT and your pepper or your whatever Italian sandwich. When I was a kid, I would get just a 6-inch on white bread with pepperoni. That's it. And my dad would be like, "Dude, you don't want anything else, man? Like, you don't want to put anything else on that?" And I'd be like, Nah, just the pepperoni and the white bread. 6 inches.
Do they have confetti frosting, Dad? Okay, well, I'm fine with white bread and pepperoni.
But then I started adding cheese, American cheese, and letting them heat it up, and that was a game changer. But then I grew up and I just got real sandwiches. But that shit's extremely unhealthy for you, Subway. And Jared, in between touching kids and eating sandwiches, Jerry or Jeremy or whatever that guy's name was, Gary, Jason, what was his fucking name?
Jared.
Jaron. Jaron. So he was like, I don't know. He didn't get fucking fit from eating them sandwiches. And we all knew that. You don't lose weight from eating sandwiches, but Subway posited themselves as this healthy business, and they're definitely not. And every time some news comes out about Subway not being able to call their bread or the tuna's not fish, it just blows my mind how far they've fallen since I was a kid. That was all I wanted to say. And the crazy shit is Taco Bell is apparently considered the healthiest fast food place to eat at.
I love Taco Bell. Dude, they changed their menu so much, though. They took off the quesarito. What the
Yeah, and they took off the cheesy fiesta potatoes, and they took off all kinds of shit. But they're bringing back the cheesy fiesta potatoes, and they're bringing back a bunch of vegan options, and they're kind of revamping everything. Taco Bell's going to be fine.
They'll bring back. We got outed for our fucking fake beef, so we better just call it vegan. Hold your thought. I'll be back. Talk to the guest.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, like, Taco Bell's not stupid. Taco Bell is for sure going to bring back every single item that anybody has made a fuss about being gone because it got a ton of publicity on Taco Bell. Brought a ton of eyes back to them. There's people who don't eat at Taco Bell, but they used to when they were in college and they were fucked up. Needed something to eat in the middle of the night, and their favorite shit was cheesy fiesta potatoes, and they log on Facebook and see that somebody they know shared this story that they're not going to have cheesy fiesta potatoes anymore. It's not even that they go there. It's that they remember that, and they have this attachment to it, some nostalgia for it, so they share it, and then everybody shares it. So now everybody's talking about cheesy fiesta potatoes, and you really don't think they're going to bring them back? I mean, that would be just so stupid at Taco Bell, and they've never really been a dumb company. They always usually have smart hit marketing, good, I don't know. I have never seen Taco Bell not be popular. There's plenty of chains that have fallen in popularity. You know what I mean? And like Taco Bell just seems to be one of those ones that everybody fucks with, or at least used to fuck with. I don't know. Lately, I don't really care for it too much. It just makes me feel sick. But I did definitely used to eat it all the time. Welcome back.
Thank you. Hey, you think that like that when they're in the press conference or whatever, or whatever, like, hey, boss, Subway, Mr. Subway, got something we need to tell you. He's like eating like a fucking party sub every day. You know what I mean? Like the ones you saw in the movie Hillbillies. Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, for sure, the Jim Varney one.
You remember when they had that fucking party sub?
Yeah, man.
So like he's eating a giant party sub, and he's like, "So Jaron, he's like, yeah." He's like, "So apparently he's been doing bad stuff to kids." He's like, "Oh no!" Like, what do you do with that information?
I don't know.
Well, and also, how do you make somebody that the mascot of your freaking company anyway?
Okay, so actually,
charm. He had the charm of a fucking fence post.
Yeah, I want to touch on that because what put the Subway shit in my mind, besides all those stories, was we were watching a collection of old commercials. And it was one of the commercials was a Jared commercial, and it just struck me how drab and how much of a square he was. And I was just like, why were we ever down with this dude? This commercial sucks. He has no, like you said, no charm, dude. And like even like I looked up like the last commercial he did for him before he got found out, and honestly, even at the end, no charm. He never learned how to do it. He never got better at it. He was just trash, dude. And we thought it was cool that his pants were big and then he was little, and then like. They kept that picture up forever, bro. The Cuero Subway had that fucking picture up forever, dude. Through my entire high school year, just Jared in his big ass fucking pants.
So the Subway now in Cuero, the one we grew up with, the first one is a Bush's Chicken now, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what it was before it was a Subway?
Oh gosh, I'd have to think back. I feel like it was something like a laundromat or something, but
it was a country bakery.
Do
you know what it was before it was Country Bakery?
No.
It was a video shop.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Do you know what it was that building was originally built for?
Skating out?
Moo Moo's Chicken.
Moo Moo's Chicken. How? What? When was Moo Moo's?
Like way before we were there.
Okay, so the video store. So I moved there in '93.
No, like way before we were born.
Video store.
No. The video store was like when we were kids.
Okay, and so we had 3 video stores at that time.
Dude, Cuero was the mecca of video stores apparently.
No, okay, so no, because Wieners, the grocery store had one.
Yeah.
Which became the HEB, which is now something else.
I'm sorry, but you went. He said Wieners.
Okay, so Wieners, movie shop.
Hold on, stop saying Wieners. Hold on. So Wieners was not a grocery store; it was a clothing store.
Oh, okay. Well, what was Sam's?
Stanley's. Yeah, like Wieners, it was Stanley's. And then it became the HEB.
Right.
Yeah.
So Stanley's had a video store, and it had some bangers. That's where I remember all the video covers for Trauma being there, and they also would give you the manual when you would rent a game. So shout out to that Stanley's video store. They went hard. They didn't card either for anything. Then there was Movie Shop, and those are the homies and the homies' parents. And I love everyone who ever worked at Movie Shop. That place is my childhood. Unfortunately, they did card, and they all knew my parents. Then there was the Movie Shop or the video gallery, I believe it was called.
Yeah.
On the south side of town.
Wait, did you mention the one that became Donut Palace?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about now. Because that one.
Okay.
Back in the day, there was that one where Donut Palace is.
It had that one cutouts of Ninja Turtles and Super Mario on the top
and
stuff.
Last Action Hero and shit was a big ass Last Action Hero thing in there. They only existed till like '95, and then they were gone.
Gotcha.
And then there was the video gallery, which is the one on the south side by the Circle K, and that one did not give a shit what you rented, and they had fucking everything. The dude who ran that one had everything, and he knew what he had too. But yeah, shout out to Cuero and that random tidbit of information that y'all do not give a shit about and can't do anything with the knowledge of. But Cuero had some video stores that went hard.
The video store you're talking about has the behind there is the oldest oak tree in DeWitt County.
Cool.
It's called the Lost Oak. I don't know. I'm just telling you. So there's when Joel is little, not little, when we were, I was like, you're like 16. So what would that make me? 18? 19? Whatever. So I could buy cigarettes, of course. And also, I thought you had to be 21 to buy cigarettes now.
I thought so too.
Okay. Anyway, so Joel would. I guess it wouldn't
Why
be
were you hanging around with an 18-year-old and they were like, "Hold on, let me buy these cigarettes," and then they got away with it?
No, I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I'm like, "Yeah, you have to be 21 to buy cigarettes." Now they're like, "No, you don't. You set up the 18." I'm like, "Pretty sure that's wrong," but whatever. So I would always buy all cigarettes and stuff whenever I could, unfortunately, or maybe I know I didn't, but Joel would just, and Joel, when he was 16, he looked like he was 12. You didn't look like a grown up. I don't think.
I don't know. I never really thought about that. I never heard that before. Not like I care, but I never heard that before.
Joel would just like walk into these stores and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, "What's up?" He's like, Camel, Turkish Golds,
Royals.
21
years, by the way. I looked it up.
Okay, cool. And then they would just be like, $3.50. And Joel's like,
yeah, you wish. More like
thanks,
$7.50.
Joel's like, "Thanks, dude." And just walked down. I'm like, "Joel, you're like fucking 16 years old. Everywhere you walked into would just sell you cigarettes."
That's because I'm charming.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because I wasn't in there going, "Hey, bro." I wasn't in there going, "Hey, bro, let me get my Turkish Royals, bro," while I cried. No, I was in there like, "What's going on, guys? Hey, man. Hey, let me get some of them TWs. Woo, 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 woo." They were like, "I fucking love this kid. Give him his fucking smokes and send him on his way."
Give you your pack of cigarettes with a complimentary tub of Carmex. Remember how fucking chapped your lips would be?
Time, dude.
Bro, your lips were so chapped that they would like just break and bleed.
I know, bro. Come on now. I don't know about break and bleed.
Yeah, break and bleed. What's that song called?
I don't know.
Wait, bleed. Slipknot.
Slipknot.
Slipknot. No, I'm not Joel. You were a kid, so it's not a big deal. Like, you just didn't know that you need a chapstick, but you'd be in so much pain. You're like, oh, you'd always do this. You always go. You always like, like, dude, put some fucking chapstick on. You're like, "I did." And there's like just like cracks and like blood just like pouring out of your lips.
Pouring? I don't know about pouring. It definitely. No. So I'm not like embarrassed. I'm looking for a picture. Yeah, my shit used to get fucked up.
Dude, no, you used to get chapped fucking lips. I always felt so bad for you. You know what my favorite thing was?
Did you feel so bad for me? Did you feel so bad for me when you wrote that song about it?
People are always like, "You're dehydrated." It's like, what the fuck?
Okay, never mind. Don't look up chapped lips. Ugh, some of these pictures are gross.
For real? No, dude.
Not for real.
No, if you think about Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, every time I see him, I think about you.
I feel that. When I was a kid, I used to sit on the porch and try to make my hair do like in Romeo and Juliet when he's writing his little book, and I'd write my little book, and he goes. Oh shit! You want to cut this going? Cut this. Do you want to? Do you want to end this? Because I feel like food is here. I feel my food is here. I'm giggle as shit. I am giggle.
You want to cut this going? Food here now.
Money me now.
Hey guys, Instagram me now. Now. All right. We'll call it. All right. Guys. Make sure you check us all out on Instagram, Spotify, Google Podcast, YouTube.
Yeah, check us all out. You motherfuckers.
Thanks for this episode. I didn't see it, but I believe you. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel.
Later.
Bye.